Good evening, everybody. Live from Hollywood Productions, Amsterdam. Welcome to another Corona Diaries live chat. Tonight's guest is a very interesting and a very special guest. He's a great martial artist, great action hero, and his films are awesome. Let's connect to Chile and invite tonight's guest, Marko ZAROR, to our live chat. Marko, I'm calling you. Let's call Chile. Marko ZAROR.
You there?
Hey, how are you?
How are you? How are you? Let me set up this. Good.
Yeah, nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Yeah, your sound is a little bit come far away,
Far? Okay.
Marko, the sound.
Sound better?
Yeah, we can hear you. No worries.
Yeah, okay, good.
Yeah.
Good,
And,
good.
and if you take a camera a little bit down, then because we lose your head parts.
Yeah, let me see. There.
Yes. Yes, like that. Now it's cool. So, welcome to our live chat.
Hey, what's up? It's exciting to be here, man. Awesome. These crazy times.
Yeah, I know. And you are now in Chile.
In Chile, yes. I'm in the south of in a town called Pichilemu.
In Chile, and you are from Santiago original. You're born.
Well, I was born in Santiago, yes. It's in the center of the country.
Okay, that's cool. And I like all your movies, Marko. You are a great martial artist, great actor. Actually, your projects are awesome.
Awesome. Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thanks for the support, man. It's always important. At the end we do all what we do because of the people and the fans and people that appreciate, so that keeps us motivated and moving, and training hard and doing the best to give it the
exactly,
best.
exactly. And also, even though my friends told me that you were also in the rundown, and because we have a title in Europe, Marko,
Yeah.
Welcome to Jungle. So
Oh,
that is the same movie.
yes, yes, yes. That's how I started my career. That's the movie with The Rock, the movie The Rundown, where Andy Cheng, that is a very close friend of mine right now, he offered me. He was the action director of the movie, and he saw me training, and he offered me to do all the action scenes for The Rock in the movie The Rundown. And yeah, that was a big break for me because that actually got me there on a big set in Hollywood to see how people work, and of course to see Andy Cheng, that is like the master, like he's from the Jackie Chan team, and to learn how he put together a fight scene and all the rehearsal process.
Yeah.
So I was very like excited, and I tried to absorb and learn all that and work on that movie. That was an amazing experience. That was an incredible experience.
Of
Yeah.
course, it's really cool to work with them, as a stunt double of Rock. Dwayne Johnson is awesome. Amazing how you started with that big movie. So that was really cool, actually.
He's a very nice guy. I'm very excited about his success and all that because he was just back then. He was just. I think that was his second or third movie after the Scorpion King. So it was kind of like he's starting in the movie industry, and he's such a nice guy. And I can see now his career, and he's just
Nice.
an amazing guy.
Yeah, and also I have some of your films in front of me. I can show the titles. Of course, Machete
So,
Kills. We have Savage Dog. We will talk about it a little bit later. We have,
yes,
of course, Undisputed 3.
awesome. Yeah, yeah,
And of
yeah.
course, we have the Invincible.
Awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
that actually is. They just released a Japanese trailer not long ago, like a couple of days ago. I posted in my Instagram. Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. So, and actually, Marko, last week's I had guests here, Jesse Johnson, the great director, and also Scott Atkins. Also, we had nice talks in my chat with them. and you did great movie with them, with both of them, Jesse Johnson and Scott Adkins, together with your Savage Dog.
Yes, yes. Yeah, that's we had such a good time. Scott, we're very good friends, and we met on of course on Undisputed 3, and then we have a very good connection. He's a very good martial artist, and we wanted to do a great fight and all that, and then after that we always stayed in touch, and we wanted to work again and do more stuff. And then Jesse, I know him for a long time. He's a very good friend of mine, amazing director, so talented, and we always long time ago, like he's like, oh, we gotta do something together, and it happens. He's like, Mark, I got this role for you. He was, and I'm like, cool. It's like exciting, and it was actually a hard role for me because it was like a timepiece thing. It was, the accent and all that thing, but I'm happy that he let me go for and some ideas that I had about the matador with the knife, and we created a little backstory there, and he liked it a lot, and it was a lot. It was very fun character, actually, very different of everything that I've done. So that's what I like about Jesse. Like, he was always gonna push you, to that, to try something new, to do something that fresh, and it's cool.
Yeah.
It was a very nice shooting. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think, yeah, he also told me great stories about the set. So he said that I had a really great time working with Marco and Scott. They did really well in the film. So that was really, he's so happy with it. So that was really cool to hear. And the cast crew, they were really, I think, very connected to each other. And again, I see one footage here with Jesse, Scott, you. So it was really cool also.
I think I'm losing you a little bit.
You can see it now. The connection. We have to connect back to Chile. I think if we lose him, I can tell him that he can join again. That's the best way, I think. So let's invite him back.
Hey, what's up, man? I don't know what happened. I don't know if
Yeah,
it was me, but the thing just stopped working.
Marco, your fans said that the connection was weak in Chile area.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it's okay. If we lose the connection, we will try the same way, So I will get you again, That's no problem. Maybe if we lose each other, we will connect back.
Perfect. Yeah.
Okay. So we just talk about the Savage Dog.
Yeah. Let me set up this again because I've got.
Of course, just take your time.
Yeah. Everything got to move here, so I'll set it up so it doesn't fall like.
Of course.
There.
Yeah,
Better?
you ready? Okay. So we were just talking about the Savage Dog.
Yeah.
So you did great there with Scott Adkins and with Jesse Johnson.
Yeah. Yeah, that was an awesome movie, man. And like I said, it was it was very fun. Always fun to work with Scott. He's a great martial artist, very talented. And Jesse, man, Jesse's the best. So we're always talking. We're always trying to see what we can do together and all that. He's an amazing director, and I love his style and the way he tells stories. So yeah, that was a fun job, man. Savage.
Yeah, I mean, they were great guys. I mean, both of them, because also they told very nice things about the set, how you guys worked. So it was really cool to hear all these things. And now, actually, you did also another movie with Scott Adkins. So that was really actually interesting before Savage Dog, which was his story about Yuri Boyka. And Undisputed, number 3, the third one. You were already, you were the redemption. So I want you also tell about your experience in that movie, because I think that was a really cool film.
Yeah, well, that was amazing, you know, because that was. I remember when I saw Undisputed 2, you know, I saw this guy and I saw these guys fighting, and I'm like, wow, this is an amazing, you know, I would love to be on some in this movie, like in a movie like this. You know, this is exactly the style and the fighting and the way, you know, Isaac Florentine was shooting the fight scenes and all that. By then, I didn't know I didn't know about Isaac. I didn't know about anybody. So when I
Okay.
saw Undisputed 2, I was like, oh, man, this is the way you shoot the movies. You know, you shoot action films. It's like crazy. It was amazing.
Yeah, I want to
And
see. I want to see.
so,
Marco, just want to make the fans to remember some part of the film, and let's watch together. And then I want you also to tell about these scenes. Actually, this is really interesting scenes. I like to see.
yeah, great. And you know, I so I
Yeah.
was like, of course, I want to really be part of this. You know, and then, you know, I guess someone up there heard my message, and they just gave me a call directly. It was amazing. Like suddenly I receive a call from Isaac, and it's like, Marco, you know, we want you to be the main villain in Undisputed 3. And I couldn't believe it. I was like, really? That was awesome. So yeah, and
Wow.
then yeah, and then, you know, they fly me there, and, you know, we start rehearsing. I met Scott, and right away we got very good, like, you know, connection as martial artists. And you know, we told each other we have to do the best fight of all times, and we went hard. We were rehearsing every day, training hard. We were doing a lot of contact, and, you know, we wanted to give the experience to the audience and the fans, so they can enjoy that fight. And that's, you know, I'm happy, you know, the way it came out. And it was amazing to work with Isaac. And a big surprise for me, the main fight coordinator was Lornell Stovall. And Lornell, it was my old friend from LA Valley College when we used to train in LA. We were like, you know, I'm telling you, long time ago, we were just kids having fun, throwing kicks, and, you know, wanting to be in the movie industry. When back then nobody was, we were doing some, you know, some stunts work and stuff like that, but everybody was just starting. And suddenly to arrive to the set and finding him in Undisputed, it was amazing. And it was, you know, it was like a family, you know. And I felt like that. It was very nice. It was a very beautiful experience. I'll never forget, for sure.
And these scenes actually, it is pretty long scenes, and you guys did great job. I mean, still continue the fight scene between you and Scott, and this is really, I mean, amazing shots.
Yeah, and I'm laughing about that dance. Yeah, well, that's, you know, the only way you can deliver this is when you know, me as a martial artist, an actor, right? I've been martial artist all my life and training all my life, and then I start acting and performing my martial arts in movies. Same thing with Scott. Scott is a great martial artist that happens to have the chance to become an actor and perform in movies. So that's the only way that you can deliver something like this, because when you have actors that are not real martial artists and you have to work with a lot of stuntmen in between the takes, you have to cut a lot. You have to tell the story of the fight with a lot of limitations, because you need to, you know, cut close for the actor, then be wide for the stuntman, then cut to the fall of the stuntman, then cut to, instead of when you are working with actors that are martial artists, then the camera has more freedom. And that's when Isaac, you know, it's, you know, put his magic together. And he, as a martial artist, also martial artist director. So you have two martial artists lead roles, and then you have a martial arts director. So the
Exactly.
vision of how to see the techniques, it's very hard to do if you're not real martial artist. So Isaac is a true martial artist, and he wanted to show every piece of the fight from a very specific angle to appreciate the technique and all that. And that's what you see in that fight that I think fans really appreciated.
Yeah, I mean, this is really amazing camera angles. I mean, performance, fight, blood. I think I can say everything looks amazing in this
Yeah,
part, in the third film.
yeah. It was a fun role for me too. I had a lot of fun. You can see my character is pretty crazy. Uh, and I'm happy also that Isaac trusts me on the what I wanted to do with the character, because the character in the script was very tough. Was like another Boyka. Was like, oh, I'm tough, and I saw Boyka too, and I'm like, Undisputed too, and I'm like, that Boyka is tough. So then why I'm gonna try to be more tough? I think it will be more fun if I go totally the opposite. I
Yeah,
work with coach is very good, and he kind of showed me this approach, and we start experimenting with this. So he's tough, I'm soft. I start playing with this thing more like a snake kind of thing. So that's why I incorporate the dancing, and I incorporate all this kind of even flirting. It was like a very weird character, crazy, and he was in love with a girl. I create a whole backstory and why he's there, and he reads poetry. He's kind of in love. So he was very gentle the way he speaks, and actually for Colombian, like as a Colombian, like if you see the movie La Virgen de los Sicarios, and they talk a lot about like mafia and very like heavy drug dealer Colombians, they always speak very nice, and they are like kind of like speaking to you like they're gonna kiss you, but they have a gun and they're gonna shoot you. It's so
yeah,
funny.
yeah, yeah.
And when I saw that, I was like, wow, this could be so cool. Like it's gonna be, and then Isaac is like, yeah, Marco is great, and then well, we did it, and that's how Dolor came to life.
Yeah, so that was, I mean, what I see, it was amazing projects what you did, So this was really good. In 2010, you did that, and also Savage Dog was really good with Scott Adkins, 2017, So these two movies with Scott, I mean, amazing. So I can say also your films and his films, I mean, really cool. And also, I know another movie in between those two films in 2014, Redeemer.
Oh yes, Redeemer. Well, the story
That
with
was also interesting movie. Marco, can we just look at to the preview of the Redeemer, because that was also interesting at the moment. I can just show a bit so then fans can see it.
that movie directed by my good friend Ernesto. So we kind of learn from from Isaac, all the experience of working with Lornell, with Isaac, and how he shoots, how he puts together a fight scene. Then I came back to Chile, and I told my directors, like, look, man, so we experiment with this film a lot, and I wanted to throw that in about the way Isaac was playing with the camera and incorporating some stuff that I wanted to try, that is moments of realism and all that. So that's why that movie, of I think all my movies that I did, Killed from Mirage Man and Mandrill, that I did in Chile, this movie stands out because it has all the experience from Andy Chang and my past movies, and then the experience of working with Isaac and Lornell got me to that level of, and then of course my director Ernesto, we got to understand a better understanding of how to showcase. We were grabbing concepts and creating our
Yeah,
own
yeah, yeah.
thing. So that I think, yeah, that movie actually in the fight scenes are pretty cool.
And the trailer, and Marco, the trailer is pretty also interesting actually. The one now we are just looking at it. This one is really interesting trailer of the film.
Yeah, the story of Redeemer. He was an ex assassin. That he was sent to kill another a bad guy actually, and by mistake, by accident, I shoot his son and I kill him, and then he takes vengeance on me and kills my wife and my kid, and drop me in the desert with a gun for me to commit suicide. But then, kind of like I have a vision, I have like a delirium, and I kind of I start thinking that God gave me another opportunity. So then I start going town by town looking to help people, and I ask God with the gun to do to shoot me and do a Russian roulette. And if the bullet doesn't come out, that means that I have to help a person. So I kind of this character has a delirium, and he feels that he will redeem his sins, this way, helping other people until God wants, until that bullet comes out of the gun.
Yeah.
So it's a cool concept, though. Yeah.
Again, lot of action, lot of action. So that is really interesting. The scenes, and I think it is really. And how long it took to finish the filming of Redeemer?
Redeemer was like a 5-week shoot. Yeah. But well, the full process is a whole year. But the shooting actually and the rehearsals. Well, the rehearsals took like a couple months, like a 3-month rehearsal and then 5-week shoot. Yeah, pretty intense shooting days. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
And
that's really nice.
the fight is with Jose Luis Mosca. It's a champion, kickboxing champion. He's a real fighter, and it was a very exciting fight. He's also acting in Mexico, and he's living there right now. He was a very good match for the final fight. He's a very tough and has this look like the Alacran scorpion.
Yeah.
Like the movie. Yeah, it's a pretty cool character.
Okay. And then also in the last years, also you were also in the project Acceleration with Natalie Byrne, with Dolph Lundgren, with many people actually in this film.
Yeah, well, that was a nice project. I was not acting on it. I just helped Natalie. We were very good friends, and she's amazing. She's an incredible woman with incredible skills. I actually have never seen a girl with that type of ability, and she's a professional ballet dancer. She used to danced in the Bolshoi in Moscow. So the training that she has and the ability was something that when I saw it the first time, I was like, damn, we have to do something together. And then we actually have a project together, a pretty cool script called Dark Blue. Blue. And we're actually on the works for production, but of course because of this virus, everything stopped. So with that. Yeah, she's a very, very professional and worked very hard. I helped her with the Splinter unit because I also like to direct and fight coordinate. Fight direct. The fights. That's what I do in all my movies. So she needed to do some reshoots, and she asked me, and I was like, of course, and I helped her with the fight. I don't know if you guys saw Acceleration, but there's a fight where she fights with a blonde guy.
Yeah.
All that fight we put together, and she did amazing. She has amazing skills, like incredible.
Exactly. Yeah. And also, by the way, the funny, when we met you, also you were doing the promotion of the Acceleration, and your movies. Natalie was promoting the Acceleration, so that was really also funny.
Oh, that's cool. Yes, I was. Well, yeah, we were in there. That's the stand of my distributor of the movie Invincible. That actually you guys gonna be able to see it.
Exactly.
I just released a trailer for the Japanese version of that of the movie, the Japanese trailer and the Japanese poster. So soon it's gonna hit the U.S. and the other side, yeah, it's Affinity. That's a future project. And we were like, yeah, we met there because she also was promoting Acceleration, and we went there and to promote in Cannes. That was a fun show. I remember.
Yeah, because this was there.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah. I think that was also interesting project. So I think people also like that film, Invisible, and maybe we can see also one part of the film, and I think that is really also interesting.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's good that you have some footage there. Yeah, this movie haven't been released yet, and that's with Johnny Strong. It's a cool concept. It's a movie that it's about experiment that they do with these soldiers, and they inject this nanotechnology where it makes your body kind of like invincible, like a superhuman thing that you can.
Is it a bit like Universal Soldier?
Yeah, kind of like that. But yeah, it's kind of like that. It's kind of like
Okay.
that. So it's pretty cool story. It's like a love story of this police guy, and you know they use me as a test, as a first test, and things go wrong, and then I start hallucinating. Well, I don't want to give it up because this movie haven't go out yet. So I just it's a fun movie to watch. It's a movie that we did in Thailand. It was pretty cool. It was directed by Daniel Cirilli. He's a very cool guy. We have a really good and a lot of fun on the set of the movie, you know. So yeah, it's you guys have to check it out. It's a pretty cool. It's a movie produced by Doug Price, and he's a very good producer, passionate, and you know. So yeah, well, you know, so it's a cool movie. I'm looking forward to see how people will.
Let's hear a little bit, hear the sounds of your fight scenes.
On the saying hi and all that. That's cool. So the people. This is also live in my Instagram because I'm not really familiar with this chat thing in Instagram. So
it is both places, Marco. Your Instagram and my Instagram.
Ah, perfect. Okay, good. I didn't know. Okay, guys. Hola todo. Okay, yeah, I see that some people are speaking Spanish, so I was I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, everybody's that's cool. Yeah, that's it. It was a fun movie. It was a fun experience. I loved it.
Wow.
It was a very nice crew. You know, it was a very nice shoot. Really, you know, I have a lot of fun.
Yeah, I see it. It's really cool, actually.
Yeah.
So I don't show more because it has to be a surprise coming soon. Huh? So that is really interesting. We have all the footages, of course, so we keep it as surprise the rest of the film. And yeah, the fans has to look at it and check it out, you know. So Marco's new film, Invincible. So it is really interesting, actually. And then another title came from fans that are talking about it. The name is Alita, Battle Angel.
Oh yeah, that was amazing. That's a movie that directed by Robert Rodriguez, produced by James Cameron.
Yeah. And by the way, you work with Robert Rodriguez, of course, with Machete Kills. So that was really interesting, big movie, actually, which you were with many people, Mel Gibson.
Yes, yeah, that was a big movie. And you know, Robert, when he told me that when he saw my movie Mandrill, he kind of like wanted to do something. And of course, I've been a big fan of Robert since, you know, we started with movies. My friend director too, Ernesto, we're always looking at El Mariachi and his philosophy of how approach movies. You know, how you just have to go out with the camera and tell a story. You know, so we did our low budget movies in Chile all the time, inspired by his movement and his, you know, and then suddenly receiving a call from himself, Robert himself. Hey, Marco, you know, I want you to participate in my movie Machete Kills. So then I fly to Austin, and then he you know, we had a good chat and all that, and he's like, okay, we'll see you in a couple months to start shooting. It was like a dream come true. It was amazing. And he actually had a role that he named it ZAROR, that is my same last name. You know, I was like a Mel Gibson was like a clone. So I fight with Machete a couple times and all that. It was pretty cool. It was a fun shoot, you know, and then we became really good friends, and we worked together in more projects. We did a commercial together. We did a Demi Lovato video that he directed with Michelle Rodriguez of the song Confident. The Confident song of Demi Lovato. He called me. We did a little scene there, And then from Dusk Till Dawn, we did a very cool role. He wrote a nice role for me called Solo, the Aztec warrior. You know, was a fun thing to do. You know, that was actually my favorite character. So such a cool character. It's like a jaguar warrior. You know, and I was like, had this code of honor that whoever beats me in a fight, then I become like his, you know, like, I serve him. So it was pretty cool, and very good fight scenes with Zane Holtz, that amazing martial artist. I was lucky because he's an actor, but he's also an incredible martial artist. So we were able to do some cool stuff, and and that's Robert. Like Robert brought me to his work and started inviting me to his projects, and then in Alita, there was a role for me, and unfortunately, in the cut at the end, the movie, you could see these big movies they shoot, and then they start cutting down and taking some stuff out, and my face was able to be there for a little seconds looking, and in the car. But over there was a nice scene where, after she was fighting, then I stand up, and then we start fighting against each other, and but yeah, there was a lot of stuff that got cut out of the movie, and that's how the movie industry is, But I'm always very honored to work with him, and he's an amazing director, and I'm always ready for Robert's call, or when that happened. And it was an amazing experience. It was a fun character, and the set and all that. It was still a beautiful experience.
So these are from the dusk till dawn, the series, huh? The ones we saw, the pictures.
Yes, that's from Dusk Till Dawn. I don't know if it's still in Netflix, but it's Netflix for a while, and then I'm in the season 3, episode 3. I remember 3, 4, and 9, or no,
okay.
3, 9, and 10, or something like that. You'll see it.
And Marco, these are from Machete Kills. You were with Danny on the set. It looks very nice, actually. And now another picture from the set with Robert Rodriguez behind. Danny, you, Alexa.
Yeah, that was when that was the premiere in Austin, Texas, Alamo Draft House. That's big hi to them. That's like my family. All my career, I gotta thank Alamo Draft House and Team League, that is a big supporter of us.
Yeah.
So because they receive our movies and they show our movies in their festival, and that's actually how the world got to know our movies at a Fantastic Fest.
Yep.
And Team, the creator of it, and he supported us a lot, and he believed in our movies, and and that's how people got to know us in the US, actually, and that's how I started getting calls, and that's how Robert knew about me, and Harry Knowles too, so I got, all the Austin family, Austin community, for me, is like my second family. It's crazy,
And you become good contact with Robert Rodriguez, of course. So look at you guys.
Yeah, we were training. That was a training in behind the scenes of Machete Kills.
Exactly.
We were like workout there in the gym, in the free time, the little free time.
You see, I mean, that's really cool, to see both of you training all the time. So it is really nice.
Man, Robert is strong, man. He's big and he's strong. He's like perfect for a fight scene. I always have a hard to fight to find the big people that are good, and look big. When I met him, I was like, damn, man, you're big. He's like, boom.
And some, of course, all the time, the press making your news, many all over the world. This is about Savage Dog, but you were all over the press, media also, with all your projects, which is really cool also to see you all over.
That's very cool, when you feel the support. I'm moving because I don't know if you realize, but the sun is chasing me. So it's like I'm like moving a little bit all the time, like like the little thing there is like moving. So yeah, man, it's I'm very thankful, and thank to you guys are watching and supporting all the time, because that's what it is about, And right now I'm excited. I'm down in Chile. I'm developing with Ernesto little series, a web series that we're gonna do on these times that are crazy. Things are a little more slow, but I want to keep shooting. I want to keep moving. So we're creating something, some content to go directly to you guys. So that's gonna be fun. Martial arts.
That's nice.
So yeah, so we'll see. Crossing my fingers that everything goes good. We're creating the story, and hopefully we can be shooting soon. So
And
yeah.
Marco, also the Alita, Battle Angel. You work again with Robert Rodriguez, of course, directed like Machete Kills, and also James Cameron. Also, he's the producer of the film, huh? James Cameron.
Yes, that's in Alita. Yeah, he was on the set. He was the producer of of Alita. Yes.
That was also, I think, it's a really interesting movie too. I like the camera, you know. So it was really very interesting.
That was an amazing movie. That's the movie that I was telling you. That's the movie that Robert directed, and you know, and he invited me for this role about the bar scene, but they got cut down. Remember, I told you.
Yeah.
That's the movie I'm talking about. Alita. It's a huge movie. You know, a beautiful movie. So much heart and all that. I love that movie. So if people haven't seen it, check it out.
Now we are just seeing some scenes from the movie. Yeah.
Leonardo Santos Ferreira. Un abrazo. Saludos.
Yeah. So that is also incredible set with Jennifer Connelly. I think she is also in it, but I see Rosa Salazar and Christoph Waltz. Also, they were playing with you. Also, that was really nice. Yeah, nice project. Also, which you were, and also what I see from you, all your movies, your shape. You are always fit. I think you are doing a lot of fitness.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, of course, it's part of the job. You know, for me, my big inspiration in my life was Bruce Lee, and one of the things that caught my eye and really inspired me was his physique. You know, the way he looked, and you know, you can see that you know the body is developed in a way to do things that are not human or are not normal. You know, it's kind of like wow, it's a, you don't that's rare, right? So that I think catch my attention as a kid. So that's why for me I was like, wow, if I want to follow his footsteps, and then that's why I start studying a lot of nutrition and high performance and training and all that to support all my martial arts training and realize how important it is. You know, nutrition is such an important thing that if we don't take in consideration, we start injuring, we start losing shape, and our performance is not the same. The way that we recover and all that. So, in nutrition is a very important element, you know, to look good and to actually perform good. Because don't forget that when we're making a movie, an action movie, people think, oh, it's a movie, it's a show, right? Or it's not like a real fight, or it's not like going to a sport competition. It's like, man, you're wrong. When you're shooting a fight scene, you're 10 hours sometimes in a full day shooting one fight scene, and those 10 hours you're fighting, and you're exploding, and you're jumping, and you have to react, and you have to be explosive and don't look tired because the fight lasts 3 minutes, but you're 10 hours fighting. So you have to be really powerful and fit, and you have to be like going to it's like an Olympic Games. It's like you have to prepare to perform. And sometimes you're doing a fight scene one day, and then the next day you have another fight scene, and then so if you're not trained as like sharp, man, you're gonna injure yourself. You're not gonna make it.
Exactly.
And especially like low budget movies, you know, martial art movies where there's not a lot of days of shooting. So sometimes you have to be fighting and fighting, and you're not stop fighting. You're fighting the whole week. You know, so it's like that's why it's very important. Like, you know, for me, the training, the preparation for a film is the most important thing in order to perform and deliver, you know, in a movie. You know, and that's training, that's programming, that's the same as like going to the Olympics. Okay, what's my training? What's my nutrition? Or the weight division? I have to do my weights, and for the people that fight, oh, I gotta drop weight. It's kind of the same mentality, you know.
Yeah, exactly. And Marco, also you did in the beginning, of course, modeling too, huh? Because modeling like fashion shows with clothing.
Yeah, I started when I left Chile when I was 19. I was modeling to make money to move to Mexico. And then in Mexico, of course, that was an easy way to make some money for me and to start getting to know the business. And then I
Yeah,
received a scholarship in Televisa, and to start acting and all that. And but that's how was kind of like a way to also make some money while I
yeah,
was, you know, going for my acting career and my martial, training and all that. So yeah,
exactly.
cool. It was a nice experience too.
Yeah, and I know that also you like you are into taekwondo, kickboxing, and also you get a black belt, I think, in karate.
Yeah, I have a yeah. That was a long time ago. The belts and the schools and all that. I remember I had like a second degree black belt when I was 18 in karate. Then in taekwondo, I had like in one of the taekwondo style like ITF. I have a black belt too. But I trained with the national team taekwondo then in the WTF, and then I did kung fu. But then that was when I was like in my 18, early 20s, and then I started training more as an athlete.
Yeah.
Doing my own stuff, mixing my own stuff. So I started doing boxing, a little bit of wrestling, acrobatics, and studying high performance, like
What a life, man! What a life, you know? Wow.
yeah, I started doing more like training like an athlete, like high performance training. I met my good friend and coach Carlos Cardemil, that he's a Chilean master of performance. So he trains all the athletes in my country, like the top athletes, the world class athletes. So I was like, I gotta incorporate that type of training into my martial arts, and I'm talking about like many years ago, like almost 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like changed my philosophy, the way that I was seeing training. So that was pretty cool, and until now, that's the way I train. So
Okay. And let's, yeah, before we finish it, also let's talk just a little bit about the situation we are in, the Corona times, let's see. So, how is Chile? Because I know the situation in America, I know the situation about Europe from my guests, actually, but you are the first person, first guest we connected to Chile. So, how is the Corona situation or lockdown? How is the atmosphere over there?
the main city, Santiago capital, is kind of like a big lockdown. The cases are going up and up, and there's even though we're in lockdown, still going up, people dying. It's terrible. When I'm in the south of Chile, so here it's pretty much there's no cases. There's a
Okay.
very few.
Oh, that's good.
They're kind of like very normal life, but still people are very aware, and like everything is closed, and like of course you can sense in the air that something's going on. People are afraid, and
Of course.
but yes, it's a crazy, man. This is like it's crazy. Like it's why it's
First time in our lives, something is happening like this all around the world. It is
yeah
the same situation all over. You look, now we are connected to Chile, Asia, Europe, America, everywhere.
yeah. Yeah, it's what I can say, man. I think I've been imagine I came to Chile to shoot a movie.
Oh,
I left LA saying, "Oh, I'm gonna go shoot a movie in Chile. I'm gonna go visit family." And then first I was gonna go visit family. I arrived here, and then oh, we're gonna do Mirage Man 2. So we were ready to start shooting.
okay.
And I was like, okay, well, instead of staying 2 months, I'm gonna stay like 4 months or whatever. Shoot the movie and then go back. And suddenly, coronavirus appeared, and then I'm like staying in Chile now. It's like
Wow.
everything went change, and now I'm like knowing what to do, like what all this time, knowing like thinking when I'm gonna go back to LA, if I have to go back to LA because maybe things are gonna change now, everything's gonna be videotaped, the audition. So it's like a lot of things. It's like, wow, this is a new way that you of approaching life. Making, start analyzing things, and it's like, oh, what. So I think it's a time to go deep and meditate, and you know make a lot of questions and kind of
Because many,
analyze.
many, many future projects are waiting for you.
Yeah, haha, yeah, that's Affinity. We have, yeah, we have. That's another project. We did pre-production on that movie. That's the same producer of Invincible, and yeah, we were doing pre-production, and then same thing got pushed back. So there's a lot of stuff happening. Hopefully, we'll see what happened after this thing goes away, or at least easy down, and then make a decision. So that's why I'm training very hard and stay in shape, because you never know
Yeah.
when things. So we gotta be ready.
So are you cooking or your family?
Well, I'm cooking. Yeah, I cook. I do my. I have my very particular way of eating and diet, and
Special diet, special diet.
yeah, I do. Yeah, I've been. Yeah, it's a special diet. I'm in a ketogenic state most of the time, with a carnivore approach. I've
Okay.
done approach. I did a vegan ketogenic diet, and a more vegetarian ketogenic diet, and now I'm doing a carnivore ketogenic diet. Yeah.
All right. Wow.
So, so I cook. There's a lot of cooking, because it's pretty much meat and eggs and like food. It's like there's not preparation a lot.
Yeah.
Just sometimes I do some dessert, like a little brownie, keto brownie bread. Like I do like this, with dark chocolate, with almond flour, stuff to be able to enjoy, because I love chocolate. So
Oh, so
I'll tell you.
when you come to Amsterdam, I organize you very nice chocolates, Nutella, dark chocolate, everything for you.
No, no, because if I start, I'll eat everything. I
Uh,
can't. I can say, no, no, no. Trust me, I can eat one thing of Nutella by myself in like 5 minutes.
oh,
It's not.
I will buy for you a big one, big one.
Yeah, I'm looking forward for that.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's gonna be dangerous.
yeah,
Dangerous.
but you have some cheating day, once a week. Maybe
No, no,
you
no.
tell me.
Actually, not a lot. Like this way of eating, there's not a lot of cheating days, because you don't. It's different, because once you introduce sugar in your body, then the whole metabolism switch. When you're in a ketogenic state, your body, it's used to create ketones as a fuel, as an energy source, right?
Okay.
So once you introduce carbs, then you stop that process. Now, of course, you will develop with the time a metabolic flexibility, and you're able to mix it up, but you don't feel that good, to be honest. Like once you start introducing sugars and all that, you feel so good in a ketogenic state that, yeah, you do it for the pleasure of the 5 minutes thing when you're eating the chocolate, but then you don't feel good, because
I know,
it's like a drug.
Marco. This is
Yeah.
life, huh? This is life.
I know. Oh, the sun is chasing me here. Oh,
Yeah.
gotta this.
And I think you have a nice weather now in Chile. Sunny.
Well, actually, we're in the south where I'm at right now. It's pretty nice. It's cold, but when the sun is out, you can still train and be with no shirt, and it's not that cold. It's like
Okay.
it's pretty. Yeah, it's pretty. But it's winter though. It's winter. So
Yeah.
for example, it's not so cool. In the capital of my country right now. So I'm lucky though. I'm very fortunate. So I'm very thankful to be able to be here, because it's a very nice place. Yeah.
Okay. And I see many comments, but they're in Spanish, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. There's some Spanish comments. So
Yeah. I think many Spanish comments actually. A lot of Latino people, Latino fans. Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. Many actually.
Hi
I'm
to
just
everyone.
going back. All a lot of fans. They love you. They write very nice things. I think they send you a lot of hearts. What I see.
That's cool. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Fernando.
Many comments.
No entiendo nada. Yeah, he's saying that he doesn't understand, pero Fernando, that this is well, there's an interview in English, so
Yes. Exactly. Oh, we lost the connection just at the end. So waiting for Marco to connect back. Where is Marco? Hey, man.
Hey, what's up?
Fine, fine. So nice to see you again after the bad connection.
Yes, yes, it's okay.
So you were just telling about your project that you couldn't make it because you have to go to LA, to Los Angeles for to finish the project, but because of Corona, you were, you couldn't go. You're supposed to go. That you were explaining, and then the Wi-Fi connection gone.
Yeah, well, actually, I was in Chile from LA. I came to visit some family, and then we were always thinking on doing the second part of Mirage Man. It's one of my biggest movies that I did in Chile. And yeah, we actually started rehearsing, and we were ready to shoot. And sorry, I don't know what was that. I think the YouTube, the radio, something. Well,
Okay.
so yeah, and we were ready to start shooting, and then we were rehearsing, and well, the Corona thing happened, and then we canceled the shooting, and then I left to Chile. I left to the south of Chile in a small town called Pichilemu.
Yeah.
I started living here, and then waiting to see when would be smart to go back to the U.S. And then it happens that I've been feeling that it might be better to stay here for a while. And I was talking with my director Ernesto Diaz, and then we're developing a web series, to shoot here actually in this town that this town is free of the virus. There's practically no cases, so we can do at least something for fun and keep moving, keep playing. So now
Yeah.
we're writing and we're developing this, and hopefully we can start shooting soon, and then I'll see what's going to happen. It's like a change of everything. It's
Yeah. Yeah. And Marco, you were just telling about the Affinity, the movie, also upcoming project.
Yes, that's another movie that we were rehearsing. We did some pre-production in Thailand. After the movie Invincible, we were supposed to shoot that movie, but then also that got delayed. So hopefully that could happen after this virus thing gets a little better. And yeah, the Doug Price is the producer of that, and he's very excited to shoot the movie. So
Yeah.
so we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm excited. It's an awesome script, man. I've been working on that script for so many years, and I'm very excited to do that film. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks really cool because I saw the on the Cannes film market also about the movie Affinity, and it was really interesting. I heard about the story, and that was awesome. Very interesting. Also, action again.
Yes, of course. Always action.
Yeah, I say life is action always. So you are doing great, and
And actually, look, sure, I just got a present, of this book, right?
yeah,
This is an awesome book that I recommend you guys. Life of Action, and it's
life
a
of action.
two, right, of it's an interview with a lot of like different people from the industry. It's a nice, very beautiful done book. And yeah, and by my surprise, there's Jean-Claude there, the stories of Tony Jaa, Scott, everybody, like Lornell. And
Wow.
I got a lot of pages at the end. I'm very excited. It's a very beautiful book. Look, you can see here. Um, Let me show you. Here, it's they talk about the shooting with Scott in Undisputed.
Yeah, Undisputed 3.
Yeah. They talk a lot about like the career. Like this is another movie, this Mandrill. It's a lot
Wow.
of pages of a very deep. This is Mirage Man. I was doing the second part of this movie,
Cool.
and yeah. So it's a very it's a
Wow.
nice, well done book, man. It's a beautiful book. It's like a collection.
And Marco, it is in English, yeah? Not only Spanish.
This
In
one is in,
English.
yes, in Big Angstrom, Clayton Barber, awesome. He's amazing. Jose Bell, Daniel Brainhart, Juju Chang, Juju. It's amazing.
Wow.
You know, Juju is the best. Yeah. So there's a lot of people. Kung Lee, very nice guy. I work with him in Savage Dog. Tin Man, amazing. Scott Man, like there's so many people. Lornell Stovall, amazing. That's Michael J. White. So yeah, it's a nice book, man, for
Yeah.
everybody that loves action. You
Okay,
know,
so we will put it in our agenda. So and Bram and Marco again, they asked the name of the book, Life of
live
Action.
action.
Life
Here,
of Action. Of Okay, Life of Action.
yeah,
That's
volume.
cool.
Actually, there's a volume one. It's by Mike Fury. He done an amazing job with this book, man.
Okay,
Really,
all
really, really.
right. So
So for all the fans, man, they'll love it. They're gonna love it.
okay, so Marco, so we have now completed the chat. So Corona Diaries chat we did with you now today. That is good. Now we did it at the end. We finalized. So it will be on Facebook and YouTube, all over the social media. This chat, I think it's going to be amazing.
Awesome. Thank you so much, man. It was very fun. Hi to everybody, you know, all the people that support and, you know, keep, you know, stay there, stay strong. It's difficult times. Keep motivated, keep moving, you know, make a
Yeah,
routine in these quarantine crazy times, you know.
exactly.
We'll you know, we'll be successful after this.
Yes, and for sure, also you will come to Europe. We will do some events, some jobs together, I'm sure, and we are waiting for you at the end of the year or beginning of next year. For sure, we will do some collaboration, and I think we will do some good projects in the coming future.
Yes, for sure, man. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm training hard. I'm excited to see what's gonna happen after all this. So yeah,
Yes, man. Thank you very much for joining, Marco, for our live chat Corona Diaries, and keep in touch. Thanks for joining.
thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Ciao.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye.
Bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye. So it was great to have a great chat with the one and only Marco Zaror. And yeah, he is in Chile at the moment, and I'm in Amsterdam. And at the end, we completed the chat after some struggling with the Wi-Fi connections. But you see, we did it. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for our next chat. See you soon.